Hi, it's been a long time. Me and MrTacpans's would like to welcome you here this afternoon. It's a cool and breezy day here in September on the 6th day of September. The number of man falling on a Tuesday after a holiday, in which was Monday. Today is actually the third day of the week, the Trinity Day and the Chosen Day. God can only choose after day one, as he has been chosen on day one himself. At the age of 25, God has received his masters. His masters to what? His masters to create. You see, although they say a Jewish boy can do it at 13, he can't. 1 and 3 is the spirit of creation. Therefore, 13 years after he received his diploma, don't forget, when God was 13, he had to go to school. He had to learn to know for what he wanted to do in life, and that was create. And he did so. As you see me, I see you, we see each other. So God creates, and it takes 13 years. So from the age of 25, God is now 38. 38 is between Boardwalk and Park Place, the 38th position, which means the heaven, or the two worlds of four corners and four corners, or four corners and four walls, whichever way you want to put it. And we have them between Valleys and Park Place, like I said. 38th position, 3 by 8, the 24-hour days of man between Valleys, B for beta, and Park Place, P for personal. PIN, the NIP we use, is actually the personal code of neutralization of man. The code that encodes, that comes into us through the DNA, becomes who we are, and they call that the pin. And they stuck the pin in the balloon, and the balloon busted, and the belly busted, and the baby came out, and the man died, and we all started over again. The reason for the dog, I am going to jump around and tell you about the dog after Monopoly. If I can remember to tell you about the dog. As we all know, and if anybody has seen any of my cassettes, the dog pound, the pound, the amount you weigh is a pound. We buy by the pound, we sell by the pound, we lose and we gain the pound. We want it, we don't want it. In Europe, they sell it by the pound, they pay by the pound. In Canada, it's all metric. The matrix of the metric that connects to the light blue, the white flag of Quebec. I'm still jumping around. Did I tell you about the dog? Well, the dog pound shows you 9 places where the dogs can go in order to live. And guess what? You can't actually be in all of the 9 at one time because you need a passage. So as one door opens, not to lose the space in the corner door, is one door opens, the next door shuts. And if you look back at where you were, you wouldn't be able to see where you were because God opens and closes those doors so fast. And you look back, and because everything has to stay in sequence. We're going to go to the templates. And one of the reasons I'd always thought that California was going to sink is because, you know something, it's pretty funny, Let me show you something. You see this? These cards will fall down, but the template slides, okay? And the next one slides on top of it. And around we go. And over time, okay, the earth stays its shape, okay? We must fill the holes. Imagine you take oil out of the ground, okay? Or let's put it this way. You walk on the lake. If the ice is not frozen, okay, it's because we can separate the water, like you knew of Moses, that you would fall in. So if you put oil, and the oil is underneath the ground, and you remove all the oil, okay, under certain conditions, the grounds will move back and forth, and eventually everything will just come down. That's why I still think something's going to happen in the Gulf of Mexico and California. All these crazy things that are happening now, the Lenin, the comet, Lenin 11-9. Lenin is an expression. 11 times 9 is 99. 11 and 9 is 20. The total is 119, which is back to 11-9 again. 1 plus 1 plus 9 is 11. I mean, 1 plus 1 plus 9 is 11. 911! 10 years later, Lenin is right in front of us. This day, apparently, I did not check online, but that comet is coming close to where we are. Lenin, it's coded. We gave it a name because God wanted us to find out. He wants us to find out. He created this whole system, so we should find out. Not only at the end, but at the beginning. But while you're on the journey to the end, you get tired and frustrated. One has more than the other. You have run out of water, and now we're all mean to each other. He won't give me the water. No. Whose fault is it? Stop right there. Before we even get into whose fault is it, let's not care about the fault. The kid's thirsty, give him something to drink. Let's not discuss this. Why discuss it? The kid may die. We don't know how thirsty this child is. He must drink. 7 by 2 by 8 by 6. It's a size. Okay, so we're going to get back to the dog and the cat. And so when the oil moves out and it all slides in, and California slides, up from the ground came a bubbling brew, Texas tea. So they loaded up the truck and they moved to California. So Jed lived in Texas, where the ground came up with oil, and now he's in California, and the Gulf of Mexico shows the same light. Every program we've ever watched in my life has shown to me something. It's very helpful. I do want to say one more thing. I wrote this down in the car on the way here. It had to do with 222, if I can remember. Oh boy, I lost it. So I'm going to jump off of that. Did I lose it? Yeah. One of the things I wanted to talk about was that Boardwalk cost $400. Park Place cost $350. In total, $75. Year 5775 is Hebrew calendar. Okay, 4 means the 4 corners. That's Boardwalk. Okay, and Boardwalk is the 39th position, which means birth creation in all 3 worlds. Okay, now Park Place. Okay, $350, which means the 5 spirit in the 3 worlds, which is the center ring. It's just like almost looking at a chicken's butt end. You know what I'm saying? Things go out and in through that 5 ring. It's the orange sun. You see, the sun is orange, right? And in pool, the 5 ball is orange. And in horse racing, the 7 horse is orange. Okay? And so you go 7, 5 is 12. That means 1 spirit of 2 beta, which fits perfectly because to get the orange, you need the energy of the universe, which is the beta. And the 5 spirit of God, which is red, creates the yellow. Anyways, in pool, the 13 ball stripe, which is man's creation bar mitzvah, is also orange. The difference between the 5 orange and the 13 orange is 8. 8 is the number of heaven that connects them all together. Yeah, there's more of a story to that anyways. Another thing I wanted to show you is that, I mean, this is pretty simple. What do you like, winter or summer? Okay, I know I jumped off of things, but that's okay. What do you like, winter or summer? Okay, here's the trick. Watch the card. You see where the 4 is? Okay? See where that number 4 is? Look how close it is to that line in my hand. Oh, okay? Now I turn it again. At the same time, look up here. Okay? How high and away this point is. And when you turn it away, that high and away point comes inside. Comes inside over here. Now it's summer. Okay, there. Now it's winter. Now it's summer. Now you see this point here, it goes from being inside the sea where it's warm or being outside the sea where it's cold. You see the worlds are sort of standing on this angle. I mean, I can't exactly tell you how it's all built, but how would I know that, right? It's sort of like this. Not like this. It's not like this. It's like this. And this part here makes the Chinese hat angle. That's the angle. You got the one corner that can go straight down to the second corner. You can cut across and you can cut down to the third corner. This is the, you see this bicycle here? That's exactly the way it is actually. You see, Jupiter would be those bicycle wheels. And the opposition of the angels is actually the two worlds, one of the female god and one of the male god. And if you take a look at the whole card, it's just amazing how God was able to just come up and zoom his way in. Now I want to show you something else. I mean, there's all kinds of weird stuff that happens. Here, I don't know what it means, but you know what? I cut out cigarette packs and fold them and shape them. And they all have designs. If you do that with letters, you'll be able to see the inside and outside, like doing a clay fitting. To do it with something else. We also have the lighter trick, which is pretty easy, but I mean, you just hold it like this, and when you spin it, you see the side here? I'm on the outside. I'm on the inside. You're on the inside, you're warm, it's summer. You're in between, it's fall. But when you're in between, look at this side, the tilt, okay? The one on the bottom would say fall. The one over here will say spring. But if I look at it this way and turn it this way, what does it say now? Anyways, not to confuse you with anything, let me show you something. You see this card? Okay. Does it say the same story if I turn it this way? Absolutely not. Okay. But most of the cards, okay, when you turn them around, okay, I know I'm very slow at this, but most of the cards, when you turn them around, I'll try to get a few cards over here. I've got a couple of hundred. If you look at the 8, okay, and you turn it around, actually you wouldn't be able to really tell the difference, okay? Even though those spades are upside down, just to where, I'm just talking about the placement of everything, is all the same in this 8. So this is the heaven. It all has to be in the right place because the three worlds have to connect. Okay. Here's the 9 card. Okay. This 9 card, okay, is actually telling you 4 on the top is the 4 corners, 1, 3, 7, 9 is the tic-tac-toe, and that would be beta, and the one below would be alpha. Man is the one standing up in the center. That's why there's the 5th one over there. Here, it seems like it's missing the 5th one. No. The 5th one is inside beta, and beta is really inside alpha. So that's why it shows you the 9 card. And also, if you turn the card upside down, it's pretty much the same. If you turn the card upside down, well, this one is like more perfect than any other card because it describes anything. I mean, if you take the 6, turn it upside down, you really don't see anything. But let me show you 2 things. I keep coming up with the 7 of diamonds. I passed through like 3 decks already, and all I keep getting is the 7 of diamonds. I don't actually have it yet. I hope this cassette doesn't fall out. I'm looking for a card, and they're all stuck together. The cards all had orgasms. Hey, cards, where's that? Ah, of course I found it. How is everybody today? You're down and out. Your life is up and down. Okay? Yes, we can stay in between. Some people can hold a high, but how low do they go? Don't you know? I try to, like, you know, like under like this. I rather be a little into the grass with my swing. Okay? So because if I'm too over it, the ball just hit the ground. And too under, it'll pop up at least to go a little bit further. Okay? So I like to be a little bit down instead of too high because I'm always high anyways. So I take myself and I'm a little bit down. Anyways, here's the card. This is the only card, okay, out of all the cards that when you flip it over, there's a difference. This is the only card where there's a difference. There's no other card where you can actually see the difference. You see, the center belongs to everybody, just like that center. But that lower spade only belongs to one. This, okay, tells you the story of 7. Okay? At the same time, this also tells you about one world, because there's only one single connect in the center. There are 3 center connects. As you see on the 8 card, there's 2 here and 1 there. But they're not exactly in the same place. And I'm assuming they're not in the same place.